Have you ever felt extremely nervous in social situations? If so, you're not alone. In fact, it's a feeling shared by many people around the world, a condition known as social anxiety disorder. Now, this is not just about feeling shy or a bit introverted. It's much more complex than that. Social anxiety disorder, also known as social phobia, is a type of anxiety disorder that causes an intense fear in social settings. It's a common but often misunderstood condition that can significantly impact a person's life, from relationships to career choices and everything in between. The root of this fear often lies in the worry of being judged, criticized, or embarrassing oneself. It's like being perpetually on stage, with an audience scrutinizing every action. It's an exhausting, consuming fear that can be debilitating. But remember, understanding is the first step to overcoming. So let's delve deeper and understand what social anxiety disorder really is. Imagine feeling an overwhelming fear and self-consciousness in everyday social situations. A simple chat with a cashier or a phone call with a friend, unexpectedly turning into a moment of profound dread. This is the reality for individuals living with social anxiety disorder. Social anxiety disorder, also known as social phobia, is a chronic mental health condition characterized by an intense, persistent fear of being watched and judged by others. It's not just about a case of the jitters before a big presentation or a flutter of nervousness before a first date. It's a fear that's so overpowering it can take control of one's life. This disorder goes beyond simple shyness. It creates a fear that is irrational and disproportionate to the situation. For instance, someone with social anxiety disorder might fear a dinner party for weeks beforehand, worry intensely about embarrassing themselves, or be gripped by the fear of having to introduce themselves to new people. While it's perfectly normal to feel anxious in some social situations, individuals with social anxiety disorder experience these feelings in a way that is out of proportion to the circumstances. They may feel that all eyes are on them, and they may worry for days or weeks before the dreaded situation. This intense anxiety may lead them to avoid social situations altogether, leading to feelings of isolation, low self-esteem, and depression. It's important to note that social anxiety disorder is not a personality trait. It's a debilitating condition that can cause immense distress. But it's also important to understand that it's not the person's fault. It's a disorder, not a choice. Social anxiety disorder can severely impact a person's life, affecting their ability to make friends, maintain relationships, and perform at work or school. It's not something that can be switched off or overcome with a bit of willpower. It's a genuine, recognized mental health condition that requires understanding, empathy, and professional help to manage. This fear can be so intense that it interferes with your daily routine and well-being. But remember, with the right resources and support, it can be managed. Understanding is the first step to helping those who live with social anxiety disorder every day. So how do you recognize social anxiety disorder? Well, like many mental health conditions, social anxiety disorder manifests through a variety of physical, emotional, and behavioral symptoms. It's not just about feeling shy or nervous. It's a pervasive fear that can take over your life. Let's start with the physical symptoms. These are often the first signs that something is not quite right. You may experience a rapid heart rate, a sensation that your heart is pounding out of your chest. You could also feel a trembling in your hands or legs, an unwanted shiver that you can't seem to shake off. Excessive sweating, even in cool environments, is another common symptom. Some people also report feeling a tightness in their chest, almost like they can't catch their breath or having an upset stomach. Emotionally, social anxiety disorder can feel like being on an emotional roller coaster. You may experience intense feelings of fear, dread, and worry, especially when thinking about or being in social situations. You may have negative thoughts about yourself and worry excessively about being humiliated or embarrassed in front of others. You might also fear being judged or criticized, which can make you hyper-aware of your actions and behaviors. Speaking of behaviors, those with social anxiety disorder often exhibit avoidance behaviors. This means they'll go out of their way to avoid situations where they might have to interact with others. This could mean declining invitations to social events, or even avoiding places like supermarkets or restaurants where they might run into people they know. In extreme cases, individuals may isolate themselves completely, preferring the safety of solitude over the perceived danger of social interaction. It's important to remember that these symptoms can vary greatly from person to person. What seems like an insurmountable fear to one person might be a mild discomfort to another. The key is to recognize these symptoms in yourself or others and understand that they may be signs of a deeper issue. Knowing these symptoms can help you or your loved ones seek help when needed. But what causes social anxiety disorder, and what effects can it have on your life? Well, the causes of social anxiety disorder are as complex as the disorder itself, and they can be broadly categorized into three main areas: genetics, brain structure, and environmental factors. Let's delve a little deeper, shall we? First up, genetics. Just like your eye color or height, your genetics can play a role in determining whether you're susceptible to social anxiety disorder. Research suggests that you're more likely to develop this disorder if a close family member, such as a parent or sibling, also has it. Next, we have brain structure. The brain is a complex organ, and its structure can greatly influence our behavior and emotions. It's been found that people with social anxiety disorder often have an overactive amygdala. That's the part of the brain responsible for controlling our fear response. So, in a social situation, their brain might interpret it as threatening, triggering feelings of anxiety. And then there are environmental factors. These can include a range of experiences from childhood bullying to overprotective parenting. These experiences can shape how we perceive social interactions and can contribute to the development of social anxiety disorder. Now let's talk about the effects. Social anxiety disorder can make it incredibly challenging to maintain relationships. The fear of being judged or embarrassed can lead to avoidance of social situations, making it hard to form and sustain friendships. It can also impact academic and employment achievement. The anxiety can be so overwhelming that it interferes with a person's ability to focus on tasks or perform in front of others. In severe cases, individuals may even avoid school or work, leading to decreased performance and opportunities. Social anxiety disorder can also lead to other mental health conditions such as depression or substance abuse, as individuals may turn to these as coping mechanisms. It's a complex disorder with a variety of causes and effects, but with the right approach it can be managed. So what can you do if you or someone you know has social anxiety disorder? Well, managing social anxiety disorder is a journey, not a destination. It's a process that involves a combination of therapy, medication, and lifestyle changes. Let's delve into these a bit more. Firstly, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is a popular therapeutic approach used to manage social anxiety disorder. This form of therapy helps individuals to identify and challenge their negative thought patterns, thereby changing their behavior and emotional response to social situations. Secondly, medication can also be an effective part of a treatment plan. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs, are often used to help reduce the symptoms of social anxiety. It's important to remember, however, that medication should always be used under the guidance of a healthcare professional. In addition to therapy and medication, certain lifestyle changes can also help manage social anxiety disorder. Regular exercise, for instance, can help reduce anxiety by boosting your mood and acting as a natural stress reliever. Similarly, a healthy diet and adequate sleep can also contribute to better mental health. Meditation and mindfulness techniques can also be beneficial. These practices help you stay grounded in the present moment, reducing worries about future social interactions. Moreover, joining a support group can provide a safe space to share experiences and learn from others who are going through similar struggles. This can help reduce feelings of isolation and provide practical tips for managing social situations. However, the key point to remember is that professional help is crucial. It's not advisable to try to manage social anxiety disorder alone. Mental health professionals have the expertise to guide you through the process of understanding and managing this disorder. They can provide the necessary tools and strategies to help you live a fulfilling life, despite the challenges posed by social anxiety disorder. And lastly, patience is key. Progress may be slow and there can be setbacks along the way. But with time, perseverance, and the right support, it's entirely possible to manage social anxiety disorder effectively. Remember, it's not about curing the disorder, but about learning to manage it effectively. Let's quickly revisit what we've learned today. Social anxiety disorder is not just shyness, it's a serious condition that can disrupt daily life. It's characterized by a fear of social situations, causing avoidance and intense anxiety. The symptoms can be both physical and emotional, ranging from heart palpitations to feelings of embarrassment. The root causes of this disorder are a mix of genetics, brain chemistry, and environmental factors. It can lead to significant distress, hampering one's ability to function in social settings and negatively impacting relationships and career. But there's good news. It's treatable with a combination of therapies, medications, and self-care strategies. Cognitive behavioral therapy has proven to be particularly effective. helping individuals change their thought patterns and behaviors. So remember, if you or someone you know is struggling with social anxiety disorder, you're not alone, and help is available. There's a world of understanding and support waiting for you.